Hello all, and welcome to the second review of the night, which I am going to dub the fun review, because this beer really restored a lot of fun to me. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's get into the beer first of all. This is, I guess, a sort of local beer, sort of, because I believe it's actually brewed. Where is it brewed? Yeah, it's actually brewed in California as part of the Coronado Brewing Company, but it was brewed in collaboration with Maui Brewing, which is, of course, a local beer company. And this is Tropical Tide IPA, Island Style India Pale Ale. Now, as you've probably heard me say on multiple reviews, I'm getting kind of burned out on IPAs of all styles. But this one it really blew me away because it was just so good. It kind of restored my faith in that it while it wasn't like different from all the other tropical IPAs out there, it was just so bright, so bold. I really enjoyed it from a style that I've been getting a lot of palate fatigue on. So let's read the label, shall we? Aloha from the mainland. Tropical Tide balances island flavor with West Coast hop aroma in this bright, juicy IPA. A blend of American and New Zealand hop varietals include Eldorado, Waimea, Motueka, Mosaic, and Chinook lend the beer flavors of pineapple, mango, stone fruit, citrus, and pine. So this is 6.5 ABV. No IBU listed, but it's not super bitter. Let's just get to this, shall we? Looking forward to this. Going to be pouring it into a regular no-nick pint glass. Just a perfect pour right here. A nice golden yellow, slightly hazy / cloudy, with a frothy white head. Oh, that is big and redolent of tropical fruits. Pineapple, mango, papaya, passion fruit, orange, guava. It's all there. And a hint of dank and pine as well. Smells absolutely wonderful. All of these just burst out. You can tell because it's right on the level here. It's not collecting in the glass. It's just that big. Let's get to the palate tasting, shall we? A nice zesty, rindy bitterness up front. Transitions into a crackery malt base and more hop bitterness, but not tongue-scorchingly bitter. Definitely within the defines of a tropical IPA style. Lots of fruits in the effervescence, ozone in the effervescence, tasted right up here in the sinuses. And I'm mildly congested right now due to my ear infection, which makes everything sound really muffled and plugged up, but I'm still tasting this really big, really bright. Finish, bitterness sort of lessens a bit, but at the same time becomes more distinct as sort of pine resin is in the lasting long finish. as well as a subtle sweetness that comes from the mids and sort of extends into the finish, to be outlasted by the hoppiness in the long finish. Drinks a lot lighter than 6.5. This is dangerously quaffable, in that you can just pound this. You want to pound it. It just tastes so good. There's that big juiciness in the nose, big juiciness on the palate, right in the front and in the mids. At the same time, not being overly bitter. Just a wonderful example of the style. Not super complex, but just bright, bold, and refreshing for a 6.5. Ooh boy. I wonder how fresh this is. Canned 10/23/2020. There we go. It's currently the 10th of December. So, yeah. So, just a little over a month old. Kind of goes to show you how important it is to go and have your hop forward beers ASAP. They're just so much better when they are very, very fresh off the brewery, fresh out of the brewery. Just so big, so bright. Yeah, kind of run out of things to say with this one. I think the main takeaways with this is that your enjoyment of IPAs, particularly certain styles, can really hinge on the freshness of the beer. If your beer is exceedingly fresh, you're going to get a much more experience than a beer that's just like 3 or 4 months old. Don't think that might be much of a difference, but it is. This is so big because you know, all the volatiles in the hops are still intact, still there for the aromatics, and all the rest of it. So yeah, well-made IPA when had fresh is really a transcendent experience, and that's something I should do well to remember. When I say that I'm tired of IPAs, is that, well, how fresh is it? That's not to say if an old IPA is undrinkable. In fact, the entire point of the IPA style was to create a beer that ports well over long distances and times. And you probably can go and look back at my videos on that subject. When I do verticals, beers over a long period, the hops are what sort of declines first. And especially the brighter, more distinct hop aspects as opposed to just the bitterness. And I've kind of run out of things to say, but this was just eye-opening to me. For a style I very rarely review now, just because of burnout. That, just as a reminder to myself and to others out there, try not to get too jaded. Try to keep an open mind and an open palate and an open ear if you still got hearing. Oh God, I am so deaf right now. Probably, I don't even know how loud I'm speaking, and it's fairly late. It's after 9 o'clock. Um, yeah, don't get too jaded. Don't don't go and get like, oh well, I'll just try this because it's a local beer and I'm running out of local beers to go and try. No, sometimes you'll go and get surprised and get something that's a lot more quality than you expect. Yeah, so that's your beer review for tonight, folks. Tropical Tide IPA collaboration. Wonderful beer. Definitely go and have it while it's fresh. That's your beer review for tonight, folks. Cheers.